Hello everyone and welcome back. I do apologize for how long it's been since I uploaded my last video. My internet company ended up doing an update on their not sure if it was a tower or what exactly they did, but they did some kind of an update that affected some of the Wi-Fi boxes on their customers, and it ended up affecting mine. We weren't able to stay connected to the internet. We were having issues constantly kicking us off repeatedly over and over, and I wasn't able to get on long enough to actually be able to record. So it has been some time, it has been a while. We've actually got a lot done on the island since then, but since I wasn't able to stay on long enough, I haven't been able to record, and I do apologize for that. I am very sorry, guys. Anyways, since we last left off, we had just gotten our potatoes planted and got everything set up for our cobblestone generator. As you can see behind me, I have a little cage area set up for my mob killing area. I've finished all of the requirements for rabbits, and I'm currently on chickens and very close to getting to cows. We are almost done with our chicken goal. Soon we'll be able to get some cow spawners and get that area set up, and that will be one step further until we are able to get to our spiders. Anyways, what I have done recently to the island, I have completely changed everything up since we have last been on. The island size is still exactly the same. I actually need to move these, but there's a reason why I left this here, and I'll get to that in just a moment. But the island size is still the same. I completely replaced everything with grass so that I was able to grow out some trees and get those started and have a nice little spawn area around here that just looked pretty nice. And all of these here are cobblestone nodes, and they are completely open to the public. I opened up everything through a permission block, which allows you to create regions that allow other players to do certain permissions that you set for what they are allowed to do. Right now, I have everything set for interact, which is what you need to be able to interact with the region. Hoppers are allowed because I do have a donation chest set down here. Just you can click on the hopper and put everything into there without having to drop anything onto the ground. Pickup items and drop items are allowed, and harvesting of resource nodes, and it is set to a public region. Now, whenever it comes to the hoppers and the donation chest, I actually set up a different donation chest whenever I finished making my last video. I didn't show it in the video, I didn't advertise that it was there, I didn't tell anyone that it was there, so it actually really shocked me when I actually checked the donation chest and seen that there was actually a few items in the chest that I did not think that anyone would even know it was there. I didn't. You can tell, I'm very surprised. I did not think that anyone would know that this was here or even donate anything. So basically, what I ended up finding, two people donated something that really surprised me. As y'all know from the last video, I ended up putting up a mystery diamond gem on the auction house for 40 mil. Although we do have 48 mil now, it did not sell for 40 mil. I ended up having to reduce the price because it wasn't selling. And that was expected. That was a complete guess as to the price that I was putting it up. I was just going off of the other prices that other people were pricing it at. But what it ended up in selling for was 20 mil. So I got 20 mil from that. The rest I've been grinding out from my potatoes. Although I did get 7 mil from someone who ended up going to the island completely at random. I will show you in this next clip here, but he asked me to choose a number between 1 and 10. I was a little confused. I wasn't sure entirely as to why he was asking, but I told him that I chose 7 and I was asking why he was wanting to know, and he ended up giving me $7 million at random. That was very, very awesome, very cool. And I was not the only person he was doing that to. He was actually going around to a lot of new players' islands and doing that for a lot of the new players. A lot of the chat was filled with a lot of praise and everything for him, saying that they can't believe how nice people were being on for to new players, and that they just met one of the nicest people on the server for the money that they were giving out completely at random, completely free to all the new players. He was really cool for what he did. That was awesome. So I just wanted to give a big shout out to you, Master Ninja. You were really cool. Thank you. But what someone recently donated, it really shocked me. I was so shocked when I seen this. Someone gave me a carrot recipe. I am shocked. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The second item that I ended up finding inside of this chest, I do not know who this is. I wish I've been trying to find when he is online to tell him thank you, and I can't seem to find when he is online. I don't know if maybe we're in just 2 different time zones, or if he's no longer playing on the server and was just giving away a lot of his money, but he ended up giving me $40 million. I did not know what to say about this. I was so, oh my god, you are awesome. Thank you. That is actually going to get us all the way to island level 10, I believe, with what we have currently. So let us go ahead and claim all of this. C2, A2, B2. I'm gonna have to try and see when he is online again next time, because that was just so awesome. I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much. Let me try and see. Message C2. Nope, it's not tabbing his name. Anyways, I'm gonna have to find when he is online to actually tell him thank you. I can't believe that that actually was inside of that chest. Thank you so much. So what I ended up doing with the island, other than getting all of the top layer all leveled out and turned into grass, I actually carved out just about almost all of the island. There is a center area that I left for storage area, and I also have my log nodes down here, which also is open to the public. Everyone can mine the log nodes if they choose. I have my cobblestone generator set up right over here, and each of these 3 areas will be a ladder to be able to get up and down. But it's just a nice little storage area that I ended up carving out of the island, and everything from around this to below this I ended up completely removing the rest of the island. Everything is all been carved out, and it's just this little storage area is all that's left. But as you can see below me, we've actually got our little bottom area completely set up, and this is where I have now been growing my potatoes. We've got 6 sections of 3 layers each, and I have a little area. This was just pretty much set up to see how far I was actually able to grow, or what the chunk limit is, which technically, honestly, I'm not sure what the chunk limit is yet, because this actually went all the way to the edge. And this is the end of our island size currently, but I do know there is a chunk limit, but everyone keeps telling me a different number. So I was wanting to test that out and find out what the chunk limit was, but it wasn't a success. It ended up being actually a little bit larger than what our island is currently. But as we upgrade our island and expand it out further, we'll be able to find out exactly what our chunk limit is, and that way we will be able to build our farms according to the open chunk limits. So what I did for my potato farm was everything gets washed down through the dispensers, down onto the ice, over into the hoppers, and then went down into a cooking station, which currently I need to get more coal. I didn't realize that I was out of coal anymore. But it's been cooking all of my potatoes and turning them into baked potatoes, which you actually get double the money if you cook your potatoes. But it requires a lot of coal to be able to cook all of them, so not everyone does it. But if you go to a public farm and just grind out some of the coal nodes, you will be able to get enough coal to cook your potatoes. It's not going to be that hard. So let us go ahead and get a lot of these sold. I think if I remember correctly, I get around a little over 200,000 for a full inventory of baked potatoes. A regular potato sells for $50 each, and a baked potato will sell for $100 each. So, sell all. I got $235,520, and that is with the 15% bonus for the pirate origin, which is what I chose for my island at the beginning of my gameplay. So let me go ahead and finish this up, and I will be right back after I finish selling everything. So that ended up giving us a little over 1 mil. See, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's the top of the chat. So yeah, it gave us a little over 1 mil from selling those 4 chests of baked potatoes. Not bad at all. That was actually pretty decent. So what I wanted to go ahead and do is I wanted to get this changed up and set up for carrots. And since you don't need a cooking station down below for carrots, I'm going to be changing that out and replacing all of that with standard chests, and so there will be a higher chest storage area, but it'll just be carrots up there and no cooking station down here. So let us go ahead and get all of these potatoes harvested. let them all go into the hoppers, and we can go ahead and clear this all out and get this ready for planting of our carrots. I currently don't have very many carrots at the current moment, but all it takes is some time and patience. Where did I put them at? No. Right here. Okay. So all it's going to take is some time and patience to get our carrots grown and replanted and expanded out. Same as what we did with the potatoes. Even though this was a larger area here, it will take a little bit more time, but it's not going to be that difficult. We'll get there. So what I wanted to do, well, I don't usually do that, okay. What I wanted to end up doing for this video was mostly showing our farm area in terms of how I had all of my potatoes set up and what I will be doing for my carrot station. I do want to go ahead, and I don't know if I'm going to do this off camera or if I'm going to wait for my next video, but after I get my carrots all planted out and my chest storage fixed down there to remove the furnace or cooking station, I want to set up an area on the other side for a sugarcane farm, although we can't plant it quite yet because we don't have the sugarcane recipe. It's not going to be that much trouble. Sugarcane recipes are actually very, very cheap, so I can easily afford that. That's not going to be a problem. But I do want to get an area set up over there. I'm just not sure yet if I want to wait until I record that or if I want to go ahead and just get it done off camera. But what we will need to do, however, is find out the new borders for our island level once we get everything leveled up, because we can easily afford to get to level 10 quite easy now. It takes about 77 million to get there from level 1, and we currently now have 89 million, which means we can easily get to level 10. Level 11, however, is going to be a little bit more harder to get to. It's just going to take a little bit more grinding out of the carrots and the sugar cane once we get there, but level 11 is going to cost around 50 million. Let's see. Level 10 is going to cost 50 mil, and level 11, oh, hold on, no. Yes, okay, so level 10 is going to cost 50 mil, and level 11 is going to cost 100 mil. So yes, that is going to take us quite some time to be able to get to. Let us go ahead and level our island up, and then we can go ahead and start getting our new borders set up for how far out we have available for our island borders. Let's see, come back on up here. I'm gonna need some more cobblestone. I don't have very much left, so let's see. Why did I not plant these 4 carrots? I know it's only 4 carrots, but every bit is gonna help, so why didn't I plant it? That is just, what was I thinking? Okay. So let us go ahead and get on over here, and we can start with getting our new island size laid out. And I will be back in a bit. Later, guys. Alright, so basically from leveling up from level 5 up to level 10 gave us a 22 extra block radius on each side. So we now have an extra increase of 44 blocks on each diameter. That is a big increase right there. We've got a lot that we can do in this area. It's gonna take some time to get all of this filled in. I know building this bottom layer, oh my god, was so exhausting. I was just, it's a small size, but I was just like, when is this gonna be over? When is this gonna be done? I was so ready for it to be over. I was so exhausted getting just this bottom layer built out. So I know just how much I'm going to hate building this out, but this is really going to help us so much once we can get all of this filled in. And this will allow us to really make a lot of decent sized auto farms and really help us out with getting the income coming in. Now, whenever it came to my potato farm, I know a lot of y'all are probably wondering why I set it up in layers like this rather than building it more vertical and just having everything dump into one area and not go layer by layer. It would have saved a lot of space, allowed me to put in a lot more potatoes rather than being cramped up in just this little space. But you gotta also think about that those dispensers for when you're first starting out cost a lot of money. That took me a little over 1 mil just to get just the dispensers, and that's not including the redstone that I ended up putting in behind it. But just the dispensers for these 6 areas ended up being about 1 mil that I needed to spend. And for a new player who's still just starting out on potatoes, that's actually quite expensive. Not many people are able to afford that right off the bat if they are starting just on their own without any additional help. But that is why I didn't build vertical and add more of these per layer. And that was because I wanted to do this to show what a new player can do rather than using the donation money that I ended up getting to get a bunch of stuff and have everything in a way that a normal player would not be able to afford on their own. But I am very, very grateful for that 40 mil and for the carrot recipe. That is going to be of a huge help. Guys, y'all are the best. Whoever donated those, thank you so much. You guys are great.
Alright guys, so I kind of stopped recording a little bit because I was messaged by a friend of mine who was asking me if I could help out on their island for a few things, and I wish that I hadn't stopped recording because if I hadn't stopped recording, I would have been able to record my reaction to what happened. Uh, I was freaking out, guys. It was hilarious. But oh my god. So, okay. A friend of mine was asking me to help out on their island, so I stopped recording. And as payment for me helping out, they ended up dropping me a couple of items while I was still working. And guys, this was insane. I was freaking out so bad. I was in a Discord call at the time with a friend, and he was laughing so hard because of the fact that I was freaking out from what he had dropped me. Anyways, Razlish, a major shout out to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You were awesome. Anyways, what he ended up giving me was this right here. He gave me a $30 million money note. His player rank kit for top rank level 11 island allowed to get 2.5 mil up to $5 million money note, 4 to 8 zombie mob spawners, 1 to 3 diamond enchantment gems, 7 to 10 demonic realm adventure loot, which is the third adventure that you are able to get into, which is the top adventure pretty much. And the last item he ended up giving me was a player 1 rank. I was freaking out so bad. Razlish, you are the best. Thank you. You are so awesome, dude. So let us go ahead and claim both of these. And see what we can get from his player 5 top rank kit. So we ended up getting 6 zombie spawners, 1 golden apple, a diamond armor enchant book, 2 pumpkin seeds, 1 anvil, 1 socketed diamond sword, 1 diamond node. That is awesome. We can't place that down yet, but we have 1 to start. That's a start, and that will be really cool. 1 diamond tool enchant book, a $3.6 million money note, diamond gem lifesteal 2, 67% break chance, diamond gem boss slayer 1, 84% break chance, and a diamond repair scroll 50%. That isn't too bad, especially since I was not expecting to get something like this. Again, Razlish, you're awesome. Okay, let's see what we can get from these books. Unbreaking 2 diamond, not bad. That diamond, okay. Unbreaking 3 is actually very hard to get, so Unbreaking 2, not bad at all. I'll take that. That is nice. And Feather Falling 1. Since there's no fall damage on the server, that's a little bit of a rip. Now, I've never had a rank before, so I'm not 100% about a lot of these things, and I haven't really bought any of them on the AH, but I have seen them around. But apparently, when you get a rank, you end up getting what is called a player skill token. Click to gain +1 player skill token, which can be redeemed in slash skills. Now, this is completely different than your island skills, which in your island skills, it's /is, and then there's the farming, slayer, and mining. this right here is going to be a player skill. Which player skills upgrade your island skill, which you have to upgrade each of these individually per level. So I would be able to activate level 1 for my island skill for 25% XP from mob spawner mobs, or I can choose level 1 from either of these other two, which is PvE skill, plus 10% outgoing PvE damage, or PvP skill, which is plus 2 max HP. Now each of these all have 5 levels to them. Island skills, resource node, instant respawn chance. IS skills level 200% faster, which actually that would be pretty good to have whenever you get to those Slayer skills, which requires a lot of mob grinding. Slash fly in all non-PvP zones, that is actually pretty interesting. Being able to get slash fly without having to get a rank for rank 4 or rank 5, I kind of like that. Minus 90% durability loss in the island world. That is really good. That will really help with the grinding of the mobs. Because one thing I have been noticing, unless you have Unbreaking, it really loses durability pretty fast. And Unbreaking is pretty difficult to get whenever it comes to Unbreaking 3. So I'm really happy that I got the Unbreaking 2. I should be able to put that onto my diamond sword here, and I can use that for my mob grinding. I'll just have to make sure and see if I can get someone to repair my sword who is a rank 5. So for the PvE skills, you also have minus 50% food loss, minus 50% adventure leave timer, which from what I've heard, the adventure is a 60-second timer to be able to leave the slash adventure. So having that reduced down to 30 seconds is major. That can determine whether you end up being found and being attacked while you're trying to leave or not. Instant potions heal 25% more, and adventure mob loot. I'm guessing the mob loot is a better chance on that one, and you don't get the lower tier loot as often. I don't know. I'd have to figure that one out. And for the PvP skills, bleed passive, 50% chance to ignore shields, 2 times armor durability, and dual wield ability. Well, I am gonna go ahead and go with my island skill for now. Oh, so these require rank 2, rank 3, rank 4, and rank 5. It's not something... Okay. So I'm only able to choose just the first one only on each of these? I can't upgrade them higher? Let me find out once I activate this one. Do not have any skill unlock tokens available. Yes, I do. Okay, never mind. I'm dumb. Sorry, guys. Okay. So 1 token is what we have available now. Let's go ahead and unlock this one. And yeah, so this is still showing insufficient rank, so I would need a rank 2 before I could upgrade to this one. Alright. Still not bad. That's 25% extra XP from mob spawners. I can deal with that. Not bad at all. So guys, since we have been donated so many items this episode, I would not feel right if I did not give back, because we've just been given so much in one episode. I have to give back some of this at the very least. So I want to see if anyone is selling a carrot recipe. Let's see. Alright, so let's go ahead and buy this one right here. 25 mil is a little more than what they are going for currently. They've actually been reduced in price lately since the update that allowed carrot recipes to be found a little bit more frequently. So they've actually gone down in price and average usually around 20 mil, but this is not a bad price. So let us go ahead and buy this one here. I am gonna go ahead and give, oops, I know I was left clicking that, I wasn't right clicking. Okay, anyways, I didn't know that left clicking would try and unlock it. But so I'm gonna go ahead and do a giveaway for this carrot recipe right here. All that you would need to do to enter is leave a comment down below with your IGN, and please make sure that you do indeed need a carrot recipe for your island, not that you just want to resell it. I want to give this away to someone who actually needs the recipe. Please, guys, let's be helpful to those who need it. I will be checking the islands of the players who enter, and if then your name is chosen, I will be checking the island and checking to see if your island does indeed need a carrot recipe. So please, guys, let's be honest. Let's be fair to the players who need it. Leave your comment down below with your IGN. Good luck, guys!